The introduction and pending passage of the Supplementary Appropriations Bill will allow the Briceño administration to draw down on additional public funds to keep government afloat until March 31st, the end of the 2020 financial calendar. As the Prime Minister has made abundantly clear, the economy remains in a precarious state, and righting the ship as it navigates turbulent fiscal waters requires a further injection of monies.
The Belizean people have heard me repeatedly pronounce since our election 2 months ago that the public finances bequeathed us by the UDP is nothing short of a national disaster. This declaration that our predecessors skimpered the ship of state upon the jagged rocks of insolvency is neither political posturing nor exaggeration. Virtual bankruptcy, no less, is what 13 years of and 3 UDP terms have spawned. The last administration left the government on course to borrow. Remember how he boasts about borrowing, remember, from Cayetano? That he can't borrow till he can't borrow no more. Yes. By our estimate, we're $510 million this year. That's what the Barrow administration borrowed in the last year, $510 million.
Most of those funds were set aside for expenses related to the COVID-19 pandemic, but the crippling effect of constant borrowing has indeed left the economy teetering on the brink of ruin.
This amount is almost $300 million more than the amount of borrowing listed in the budget that was authorized by the last Parliament for fiscal year 2020-21. That is why I have to say all of these things, Mr. Leader of the Opposition. $510 million of loans, $500 million of borrowing in a single financial year.
To put that into perspective is to essentially contextualize the need for additional monies via the General Revenue Supplementary Appropriation Bill to hold government over until it is able to present a new budget for the upcoming fiscal year. Prime Minister Briceño breaks it down into layman's terms.
The $510 million is more than half of what government will collect in total revenues and grants for this year. Now borrow more than half of what they say they will collect. In other words, this is the equivalent of a Belizean family earning $500 a week. Well, they don't have many Belizean families that earn $500 a week. But we use $500 per week. But still have to borrow $250 more on Friday to make ends meet. How can that level of borrowing be repaid?
Of equal concern is how the additional expenditure will be covered, since it also only adds to the growing debt that the country is incurring. Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.